Justine was sleeping in the guest room at Fiona's mansion. Through a small gap in the room's curtains, a warm array of sunlight filtered through the window, heralding the dawn like a caress on the girl's skin. She awoke slowly, incorporated herself gradually, and, wobbling with sleepiness, walked toward the round window. There, she contemplated how the cliff opened into an abyss that led down to the great blue immensity. Hypnotized by the rhythm of the waves, she felt the vibration produced by the drag of the waves on the gray, slate-like rocks. The crests of the surf seemed to lick those enormous stones in a frenetic kiss, engulfing some of them toward the tide. Justine snapped out of it when she heard her mobile alarm sound. She dressed quickly and went down to the living room where she had left Fiona the previous night. As she descended the elegant stairs, she wondered what kind of errand the poor dying woman would need this time. Upon reaching the sofa where the elder woman had reclined the night before, she froze. Beneath the large blanket that the old woman herself had woven, there was only a large body of light. The elder woman's shape could be discerned by the relief of the blanket, but Justine could not see her face or limbs, only a dense cluster of light. She ran to the bathroom, thinking she was hallucinating. Her pulse was intense and fast. She could feel her heart pounding, echoing throughout her body. She splashed cold water on her face and looked in the mirror. "Am I going crazy?" she thought. Taking a breath, she tried to compose herself and returned to the sofa, attempting to convince herself that it was probably a reaction to the tiredness of the last few weeks, or a hallucination from low glucose levels. She again rounded the corner that led to the large armchair. There, she found the elder woman once more, appearing to be dozing. Fiona woke up and, slightly stammering, worried about Justine's condition. "You look scared, my dear." "It's nothing, Fiona. I think I'm just a little dizzy, that's all." "There's nothing a good breakfast can't fix, is there? Go to the kitchen and serve yourself anything you like. I'd appreciate it if you could bring me some tea as well." "Of course, I'll be right back. You just rest and relax," Justine said, almost stuttering. A few minutes later, Justine returned with tea, pastries, crusty bread, various pâtés, butter, boiled eggs, and assorted chocolates. Justine was ravenous and enjoyed every bite of the delicacies. "You see, Justine," Fiona said, "we have many preparations to make. The Christmas dinner is approaching, and it would be a good occasion to gather here. You, me, all the knitters from the group, and some of my collaborators. I need your help with the invitations and the dinner planning, as I can do little in my current state. Don't worry about all this. You have plenty of time. What is pressing, however, is that you go to visit Michael." "Michael?" Justine asked. "Who is he?" "Michael is the one who supplies my wool. He washes, cards, spins, and lovingly prepares much of the wool that I then dye. He is a very special person, Justine. You need to meet him. Take him this scarf I have knitted for him." Fiona handed her a scarf in carmine red and navy blue, beautiful and exquisitely soft to the touch. It had a delicate embroidery in gold thread, resembling a language, but one that Justine could not understand. "His estate is not far, and I think you will like the place. Here is his address." On a note, Fiona had written, "The Old Sentinel Road, last spindle before the sea. While you take care of this, I will write the guest list and leave you some notes so you can work later." Justine said goodbye to Fiona and left through the mansion's auxiliary exits. She paused for a few seconds before a back garden that bid her farewell, intimate and sheltered beneath the protection of healthy heather with small purple flowers. The exit led toward the old road that wound toward the large estate of Mist Farm. She felt guilty for leaving Fiona alone in the mansion, thinking something might happen to her, and she wouldn't be there to help. Breathing in the damp breeze that came from the cliffs, she put on her headphones and set off resolutely down the ancient path. The narrow walkway seemed to be marked by the area's native vegetation. She was lost in thought, reviewing the last 5 years of her life while fixing her gaze on the plants she encountered along the way. While looking at the foxgloves and pines, she left behind the bad times before meeting Fiona. Then she found ivy clinging to old, crumbling walls that had survived like decrepit ruins, and she wondered what secrets those structures held, what stories they could tell. She walked and walked, enjoying the view of the sea in the distance. After a few minutes, the path began to fill with wild violets and yarrow. Looking up, she began to see groups of sheep grazing peacefully, oblivious to everything. In the distance, stables and a building resembling an old rectory or manor house could be seen. She realized she had arrived at Michael's estate. She opened the gate, and a border collie ran toward her, barking. It stared at her, and then ran toward the house. She continued walking, recalling the incident from the morning when she had seen that nebulous light where Fiona should have been. As a hooded crow took flight, A man with wheat-colored hair and gray eyes emerged from the house, his figure opulent and imposing, and his beauty striking, as if a god had abandoned war to become fond of and accustomed to the daily earthly pleasures. He placed an axe near a pile of firewood and sat down next to his spinning wheel to spin yarn. Cautiously, Justine, from a distance, raised her voice to ensure he noticed her presence. "Hello, my name is Justine. I come on behalf of Fiona. She gave me this for you." Unsure due to the uncomfortable situation, she held up the scarf like someone waving a flag for peace. He looked at her and, with a slight, kind smile, said, "I know who you are. I've heard about you. Come in, and we'll talk inside." And standing up, he advanced to guide her toward the house's main entrance.